Hi friends, so it's me, Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today with another Throwback Thursday video. So I guess happy Thursday, guys. Today we're doing something a little different. I wanted to do I have 5 Thursdays in the month of December. So I wanted to do 5 very different Throwback Thursday videos instead of like the same thing over and over again. Makes sense. And so today I decided I would kind of reintroduce my coloring challenge cup, talk about it and like reset it. And I'm gonna get back into it next year, and I'm excited for that. So here we go. If you are new and have never seen my coloring challenges, basically I posted my coloring challenge. I called it the Challenge Chalice back in the day in September of 2018. So that is when I made my challenge cup. And basically I have a whole bunch of different challenges that are different ways to pick your pages, pick your supplies, pick your themes. And I figured I would go through them and talk about them. And maybe if you're inspired to try some of these in the new year. And I definitely want to bring it back. First, I'm going to talk about, I guess I can talk about this. This is just a little magnetic container from IKEA. Is it possibly called the Grundle? I have no idea. But this fits right along my coloring cart. So it magnetizes right on up there. This sticker was a scrapbooking sticker from Chamel. I don't know if you know American Craft Chamel, but it seemed perfect and I just wrote coloring challenges on there. It twists off and this is where I keep my challenge cups. So I did not get to 4 challenges that were in my cup originally, and I'm kind of gonna mix everybody back in and start fresh next year. So I'm gonna go through the 4 I didn't get to. I'm gonna go through whatever's left, and I'm gonna see if there's any blank pages. I might write a few extras. I'm not really sure, because basically I've kept these in a drawer on my desk the whole year, and I've just like, every time I do one, I just throw it in that drawer. So hopefully this is all of them, but some of them have funky names, so we're gonna talk about it. All right. Random number generator. Hopefully you can see it's on neon paper, which might make it difficult to read. This says random number generator. A lot of what I love about making challenges, and when I like give out challenges, the idea is to interpret it however you'd like. So for random number generator, you can do it a bunch of different ways. You can say, I have 100 books and random number generate between 1 and 100, and that will pick your book. You can pick 5 books from it and number generate. You can pick 1 book and number generate the page. There's a whole bunch of ways to do it. So I think in the past, I've number generated like the book, the page, the supply, and sometimes even the color. So however you want to do that, but that's a random number generator. I guess I'm going to try to fold them back up and put them back in here. Inverted colors. I'm sad I never got to this one. This one is fun. So if you've ever seen like a filter that inverts the colors, I'm not going to be able to explain it right now because I can't think of any other examples, but like black will turn to white and vice versa. And like, it's like the color wheel. So what's opposite on the color wheel? Blue will turn to yellow. I don't know, but basically when you put that filter on, everything flips. So the idea for inverted colors would be to color everything in the flipped inverted color scheme, and then at the end take a picture, invert it, and see if you did it right. So I've done this once before in my dragon book, and it was a lot of fun, and I got pretty close, except I think like I accidentally color with light colors and then it got really dark when you flipped it. So it's a really trippy how this works actually, but I'm excited to hopefully get this again next year. But this one is definitely like a thinker. You really have to know that color wheel. Okay, we had a noodle timeout. We'll see how this goes. Next up is non-dominant hand. So I'm a righty. I would have to color with my left hand. I didn't get to do this. I think this would go terrible. I can barely hold a writing implement with my other hand. It's weird because I'm obviously like I paint my own nails, and I got really good at painting my nails with my non-dominant hand, but that's about it. Let me even, like, is this right? Doesn't look bad. I can't. Oh my gosh. It's going to be a challenge. So there's that one. I guess they're all challenges. That's the point. And finally, the one I didn't get to was what you wearing. So the idea was whatever day you pick this challenge, the color scheme you're allowed to use is whatever you are wearing. So today I'm actually wearing purple, and my shirt underneath the sweatshirt is also purple, but there is a pink blobfish on it, and I have gray shorts, and I have reindeer slippers. So it would be an interesting color combination. And again, a challenge for sure. So that's that. All right, so all of these challenges I have done in videos before, so definitely look up. Ooh, I found a blank, yay. Definitely, you can go back. I think I have a playlist. I don't know if they're all in there, but if you're interested in any of these in particular, definitely look around on my channel and see what you can find. But okay, first is Disney Bound. So hopefully, again, it's really hard to see the neon. Who would have thought? Disney Bound is coloring something that's not officially Disney and making it look like Disney. So, for example, coloring a mermaid, a random mermaid, the colors of Ariel, or coloring a random, I don't know any other examples, that's my go-to example, coloring a random fairy the colors of Tinkerbell. So, just something that's not official and making it look like Disney, because this is what adults in Disney World are not allowed to wear costumes because they don't want kids to be confused like who's a real character and who's not. So a lot of adults will Disney bound and they'll just like be inspired by their favorite character. So that is what inspired this challenge. Then, okay, color your nemesis. Let me see, one more second. If I change the tone of my, does that help? Or does that just make everything dark? I don't know. It might just make everything dark. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Okay. Color your nemesis. So this is like something you don't like to color. Color it. I'm sure we all have a nemesis. And unfortunately, I'm sure that they're in our books somewhere. So I do not like birds. Especially like... I'm kind of okay with some super cartoony birds and like birds that can't fly. So I'm okay with ostriches and flamingos and penguins in coloring books, not in real life, thank you. But I don't like sparrows and like blue jays. Ugh, I don't like them. So if I got this, I would have to color something bird themed. Then we have monochrome. That's an easy to explain one. So just pick a color and just only use shades of that color. Easy peasy. Ooh, Wacky World. This one is so fun and so hard for me personally, and I'm sure it's not hard for most people, but for me it's hard. So Wacky World is basically don't color realistic, but color crazy. So like color your trees purple and color the water orange and color the sun green. And I just find it so hard, but when I did this challenge, it's possibly one of my favorite pages I've colored for challenges. So I definitely recommend going to look up Wacky World if you haven't seen that video. I think I colored the sky orange and the trees blue. I don't know. It was crazy and it looked really cool in the end, in my opinion. So, ma'am, I'm filming. You gotta hold it together, okay? Our neighbor's dogs are in their backyard and she doesn't like it, but she's gonna have to deal with it. All right, season swap. So this started off in the challenge cup. That's when I first came up with this idea. And then it evolved to me just doing this all the time, including doing 4 this month alone. So season swap is basically taking a picture intended for one season and changing the colors, changing the vibe, so it looks like a different season. So this month alone, I've done summer to Christmas, fall to Christmas, Halloween to Christmas, and then the final one, oh, I'm flipping you off. The final one is going to be Christmas to summer, which I'm super excited to try too, and that's season swap. That's one of my favorite challenges of all time, so highly recommend trying that one for sure. All right, finish a whip. This one's good. Are you a whip kind of person? Let me know. I feel like some people are anti-whips and they just don't, like, if they don't finish it, no, that's it. They do finish it. I'm kind of color what you feel like. So if I stop feeling like something, I don't mind abandoning it. For videos, I usually try to keep up with it, but I do have whips all over. The thing, I usually don't consider them whips. If I abandon them, I'm kind of like okay with being done with them. You know what I mean? Because I'd rather be using my stuff even a little bit than not at all. But there are a few. There are a few out there that are whips that I would need to finish. Ooh, let fate decide. This one is similar to the random number generator, but you can do this a few different ways. I think once, potentially, did I? I think with my challenge, I ended up using dice. Does that feel right? I don't know. So you can like use dice. So pick 6 choices and roll the dice. You can, again, use a random number generator. You can literally just like close your eyes and go like this over your books. I have my eyes closed in real life. You can't see. Like close your eyes and do this and just pick one randomly. So it's like something that's not in your control. Let fate decide. Then most recent purchase, another self-explanatory one. Don't even need to go into that. Whatever book you purchased most recently. Or again, if you like purchased supplies recently you want to use. Also, I don't know why, that one reminded me. If you like these challenges, this is very similar vibes to my Patreon bingo. We do a lot of these challenges and more specific things every single month. And again, it's just been like a lifesaver for me to help me actually pick which books and pages. So if you're into that, maybe check it out, or at least talk to somebody else in my Patreon. Everybody's listed. So see what they think. They'll give you a recommendation or not. So just saying. Okay, next is color outlines. Again, this pink is not showing you what's going on. This one is so much fun. So sometimes if there's like a super busy page or super leafy page, I know I have trouble like coloring details. So for this, you don't actually color the details. You just kind of like outline everything in color. It almost is like the Eerie Trace Around the World series, but I came up with this before that series. So I like to do this especially with leafy stuff. I'll just trace everything and it gets the whole vibe of being colored, but it looks different at the end. And I just think that's a lot of fun to try something different. Not every page has to be colored the same way. You know that. Okay, never before used books. This is another one. Are you the type of colorist that has a bunch of books you haven't touched yet? Or do you use your books the second you get them? I feel like I try to do at least one page in each of my books. Some books just like super intimidate me. Or sometimes I just get a bunch of books at once and then I didn't get around to all of them. So this is a good way to use a not previously touched book. Then we got copycat cover. Ooh, this is another one of my favorites. So copycat cover is basically whatever the front image is in the book, find that in the book and copy the colors exactly. So I'm just going to pull one out next to me. So for example, in Christmas Gnomes by Colored Caramel, I would find this page. I've seen it before. I know it exists. Ooh, is that it? Nope. Yeah, there it is. So here it is and here it is. So if I was copycat coloring, I would color the gnome red and try to match these exact colors and do all the ornaments in the same and just literally try to copy the cover the best of my ability. And I just think that's so fun because a lot of the times, like, I know I personally see a cover of a book and that's what makes me want that book. So I just think it's fun to like emulate that art. So copycat cover. Ooh, it's so full again. It was pretty empty. So all right, color the last page. I don't know if this happens to you, but I sometimes, like a lot of us will work from the front. So I never get to the back of the book. And I just don't love coloring in the back because it's like so floppy. I don't know. It's a weird thing that happens to me, but this is a good reason to color the back. And as you can see, a lot of these challenges, like I'll pull the challenge and then pick the book. Very rarely will I pick the book first. So you can really customize this as much as you want or need. 3 random colors. So this one, you just take out whatever supply you're going to use, shove your hand in there, pick 3 out, and that's what you got to work with. So a lot of times I'll end up doing mandalas with that, I'll be honest with you. Rainbow challenge. This one, again, it's just try to use all the colors in the rainbow on that page in some way. This is another good one to use for mandalas, but if you want to be brave, you can try it with something else, but it's a fun one. Black and white and 1. This challenge is basically use black, white, shades of gray, and you can use 1 pop of color. So either like 1 blue marker or also like black, white, gray, and red or whatever it may be. And it's fun to do like do your DIY grayscale with just 1 little pop of color. I want to color like that more often. I never remember to do it without being challenged specifically. Color a title page. So this is just as it says, color a title page. I think I mixed this up and nameplate page. I don't know if nameplate page is also in here. I guess we'll see soon, but there's that. Then we have color from a book that's intimidating. I hate when I pull this because I'm intimidated. I don't want to color from a book that's intimidating. So a lot of the times for me, my intimidating books are like my hardcover books or like expensive or foreign books. And I'm like, oh no. But you gotta push yourself every once in a while. If you bought it, hopefully you want to color in it. So there's your push. Then I have watercolors. I just love watercolors, so a nice excuse to use some watercolors. Another easy explanatory one. And then we have close your eyes and pick. So like I was saying before with Let Fate Decide, this one's literally close your eyes and pick. So ruffle through your books or flip pages randomly, things like that. A lot of them are fate-based because that's just a good way to pick stuff. Then we have crayons. When I first made these in 2018, I was not really into crayons, and I'm getting back into them again. So that's another just supply. And finally, husband's choice, or you could say this as guest picker. It doesn't have to be a husband, obviously, but when I first made it in 2018, we were still engaged, so it said fiance's choice, and now it says husband's choice. I might have even done boyfriend's choice before, too. I don't know. Sam's been around a long time. So that is it. I don't know if I'm going to come up with another random one. I think I'm just going to keep that to the side. There's my little cup. I'm very excited to get back into these in the next year. It is crazy. Like, I never realized it, but so many of these are in our Patreon bingo. So I seem to like get an idea and then run with it for years. So that's fun. But again, over there's tons more because there's like a bunch of specific prompts for what to color, like an animal or Halloween or whatever. So that is my cup. Let me know what you think. Are there any challenges that I missed that you think I should put in there? Do you want to try any of these things yourself? Have you already tried any of these things? I would totally love to know. And I think that is it for today's Throwback Thursday. I know it's a short one, but I just thought it would be fun to like revive the chalice. And I think that I hadn't done those last 4 because I was like kind of intimidated by those challenges. Once I almost pulled Color What You're Wearing, but I think I was just like in gray pajamas and I was like, this is not worth it today. So, but that's it for me. I hope you enjoy. And again, please comment anything you want to comment down below and like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time, and we still have more Throwback Thursdays coming, more videos on their way to you, and I hope you stick around. I thank you so much, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, friends.